dealing with abusive doctors at Gairbraid medical practice, Maryhill, Glasgow. Apparently I was abusive by telephone to a doctor because I mentioned the word abysmal 4 times, and now they're trying to sack me as a patient for saying abysmal. If you disagree, feel free, I'll put the recording on now.
As I said, I basically class me bits of chalk. I don't respond to calls and postings at all, that's it.
Sorry, I'm finding it hard to make out what you're saying there. Do you mind repeating that?
I class most of the calls as total junk, to be honest.
Okay.
This, next.
So you don't want to switch to anything else?
Not particularly. It doesn't do any good. You make it impossible to get there.
Make it impossible to get what, sorry?
You tell me to come off the drink to go and see a psychiatrist. I do that. It took me 3.5 months. I came back in ill, and the doctor said, no, not do you any good, and gave me a lecture that Valium is a highly addictive tablet with ever-increasing doses. I didn't even ask for Valium, and I was on the same dose for 29 years. I totally destroyed by my past GP.
Okay. And so in terms of your thoughts about what we do at the minute?
How do you mean?
Well, just, obviously we were just checking in to see what the progress was with the sertraline. So I suppose our options are continuing it, changing the dose, or changing it to something else.
I don't want something else. It's no good to me. I would like to get referred to somebody who has a clue what to do with me. You don't.
Right.
It's a bit hard to get to see a psychiatrist if the next doctor disagrees with the first doctor told me to. They also said, if you can't get a sleep, come in to get them, we'll try and give you something to sleep. And the next time I came in, the doctor refused. And all of a sudden, and was thrown out the interview. So, what next then?
Well, that's what I was just trying to work out. Obviously, I mean, there's clearly been a lot that's gone on in the past that I can't change. So it's really just moving forward. And I guess if you feel that we're not any help and you're requesting referral to psychiatry, then we can do that.
I already done. As I said, the next doctor refused.
Okay, so I'm just trying to work out what the best plan is. So I've gathered that you don't want to change the sertraline. You want to stay on that. Do you want to refer to psychiatry?
If the sertraline's any good, actually, no. I don't think so.
Okay, but you said you weren't keen to try anything else.
It's a shock to me. Sadly, I don't respond to any call. I've been on everything.
Okay. So where would you like to go next then? Would you like referred to psychiatry or?
Yes, even though I've been to psychiatrists in the 80s and they was just the same juice was an ashtray and what about the NHS doesn't do mental health then?
Well, I think the options that we've got at the minute, as I said, are either changing the sertraline, keeping it as it is, or referring you to psychiatry, or doing both. So,
you tell me.
Well, I think it's not really up to me. It's obviously something that you've had for a long time, and so you've tried a few things. So it's what you would be willing to engage with and move forward with and try and make things better.
Well, I think just basically to get a discussion with somebody who knows what they're talking about, because every time I come in to use, all you say is Valium is a highly addictive pill with ever-increasing dosages. I was on for 29 years with no ill effects. I don't want Valium because they stopped working after 5 minutes and I was sacked as a patient.
Okay, so that's, we'll put that to the side for now. Cause
it's hard to put that aside because it counts.
But if you don't want any more Valium, then...
They stopped working in 5 months. I didn't even come in to see you about Valium, but you gave me a lecture on it anyway.
Okay, that's not what I'm trying to do at the minute though.
So what are you trying to do? Apart from fob me off and get more pills.
So if we pop that to the side just now and then just look at what we can do moving forward.
Okay.
So that's what I was just trying to gauge from you, what your preference would be. So if you let me know what you would prefer, then we can go ahead with that.
Refer me to the psychiatrist and at least put a note on it so the next doctor, when I come in to get that referral, just says, does it say no? Enjoy the 1-star review for that, by the way.
I don't have any control over the psychiatrist's input. I can write a letter to them, but I don't have any control over whether
yes, I was talking about when I came in to get the referral and it took me 3 months of hard work to come off the booze, and one of your doctors in your practice said no. Even though the first doctor told me to do that. Honestly, you're abysmal.
I don't think that we really deserve to be spoken to in that way. I will write a letter to the psychiatrist, but that kind of...
If somebody makes you go work for 3 months
and I will
Yes,
write
it's
a
online.
referral
You
to the psychiatrist.
can see the review on there where the public can see as well.
We don't tolerate, we are trying to help, but we can't be spoken to in this way all the time.
Yes, you dislike the public having their opinion, is that what you're saying?
Pardon?
You dislike the public having any kind of negative criticism of you. That's true, isn't it? This is a conversation, and it's not an insult.
That's not what I'm saying.
You're not saying anything, really, no?
No, I'm not saying that we don't take any criticism. I'm just saying.
You say you don't like being spoken to in this manner. All I'm saying is so far you've been abysmal. Apparently you don't like that.
Okay, I'm going to end this phone call just now. Okay,
perhaps you just said, oh my gosh, we're doing this certainly now.
Well, you said you didn't want to stop it and you didn't want to change it, so I'm going to continue at the same dose.
Okay, and what's going to happen next? Should I be getting referred to a psychiatrist, or should I just go do this to your mental health lawyer?
I'm going to write a letter to psychiatry.
And how long should that take as usual? 3 years?
I don't know what the referral process is for psychiatry.
As I said, you're abysmal. Now go away.
There you go, people. Class is abysmal for speaking my mind and threatening to sack me as a patient. You can decide, people. Bye. Let us know.